Hey. It's another
What
week,
up?
my
What
brother.
up?
How
What
you
up?
doing, man?
Hi, I'm doing well, man. How about you?
Hey, I'm hanging in there, man. Still trying to do some things behind the scenes as we do another lab, shall we say?
Yeah,
Working
we back
behind the
in the
scenes.
lab. What's today? Wednesday, April 14th. It's a good day. It's a good
Yeah,
day.
very good day, man. How you been doing? How was your week?
Man, it's still going. God, there's Groundhog's Day every day, brother. We just trying to keep it above water, but just doing what we can, staying on top of what's going on in the world. Let's talk some tech today.
Yeah, tech. It looks like it's gonna be primarily more Apple, and I don't know why.
Oh, is that right?
I hate that we got to do this because you are punishing me, shall we say, because it's always, hey man,
This
Apple
guy.
this, Apple that, and I don't know. We got a special guest today, and he primarily deals with Apple products.
Yeah, he's a good
Uh,
man.
he's the CEO of a big company that's out there in Birmingham, Alabama. And I don't
Oh.
know, man. I don't know if I really wanted to do this show, because
Two against one, right in the
yeah,
lab.
because I'm gonna be
Hey,
y'all gonna talk. Oh, it's like it's gonna be right over my head. So if you guys are
no,
Android users, shall we say Android users, unfortunately, most of this is gonna be primarily Apple.
dude.
Yeah. So I mean,
Hold on. Let me interject right quick, man. So I don't want to scare the man off before we bring him back on camera. We had him on before, but no, the company is creating some phenomenal products that cross both ecosystems, right? So desktop,
well, it's
mobile.
coming. I think
Uh, but yeah,
because
we,
when
we
we
want we
talked
want to
to
put
him,
that out there too.
all right. So real brief. We met this gentleman at CES. He was telling us about his products, and he had came out with something called the iPad Hubble. So basically, and when I bring him in, he's going to correct me if I'm wrong. But if you have an iPad, quite naturally, you only have one port, which is your lightning port or your charging port, shall we say. And he came out with a Hubble that allowed you to be able to not only do your SD card, not only charge, you could put a USB stick. I mean, he had about 4 or 5 different, ports that would allow you to be multifunctional with your iPad. I hope I said that right. So
Yeah, you're about 75%. You about
75%. Well, I'm not
75%.
an
Yeah.
Apple guy, so I don't know,
You
man.
you not. But I tell you what, before we get going, I just want to give. I know I'm throwing you a loop right now. This isn't the loop I told you I was going to throw you, but I do want to shout out to my streaming fam, my folks out at Ecamm and Preston. So check out this mug, and this is my favorite quote in the world now. Uh, I'm I'm gonna be just walking around the street with my "You're on mute" mug all the time now. All right, but I'll let you go. Let's get focused.
Without further ado, let me go ahead and bring in the CEO of Fledging and the I think it's the world's first iPad Hubble, Mister Ethan Summers. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing all right. How are you?
I hope I did that right. I hope I did you some justice.
Man, you did good,
If
especially for not being an Apple guy. It was good. It's
Okay,
strong.
I guess what 75%, right?
It was good. It was good. It was good.
All right, so you're down in Birmingham. Before we get into your
Mhm.
product, I mean, we're going to talk tech today. We're going to talk tech news, but we want to talk about your product. But before we go into that, can you tell us a little bit about who you are? Tell us a little bit about your company and what made you want to start it.
Yeah. So fledging first, I'm actually not the founder. We had two founders who came out of a local school here called UAB. They got frustrated, when their MacBooks died, and they figured out that they could replace the part they needed for a heck of a lot cheaper than buying a new MacBook, and that's where fledging came from. So that's what fledging tries to do all the time. Anytime we see an ecosystem it's great tech, you want to stay there, but it's missing something. Maybe it's missing a solid state drive. Maybe it's missing a hub so you can connect your iPad to stuff. We want to come in and make that thing that's missing that's going to make it great. And then as for me, I'm from all over the place. Call Tuscaloosa, Alabama home, graduated out of there, Roll Tide. Um, you know, I remember coming up through college, looking around at startups and hearing that they make up, 50, 55% of all new jobs in the United States. And that blew my mind. I'm thinking, the Walmarts of the world do that. So I became really excited about the idea of learning how to be a great operator, learning how to run the back end of a business so that I could partner with these geniuses who come out with these new products and help run a good business together. So I made a big loop, spent some time in Atlanta over your way, came back to Birmingham, and I've been with Fledging for about 2 years now.
Okay. All right. So, James, you had a chance to play with the product, shall we say?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts of the iPad Hub?
I tell you what, this is how I feel about the company.
I love it. I love it. I love
There's
it.
my flex right there. Oh, hold on. Let me see.
Do it one more time. Do it one more time, James. Oh man.
There's my flex, right? Look, man. So there we go. That's how I said I was going to kind of do something to you, dog boy. But look, the products that he's got, I got them right here in front of me. I use them on a regular recurring basis. Once the world opens up again, I'll use them more because my real use case is going to be similar to yours, dog boy, when we're out mobilely creating content, things of that nature, of having access to high quality storage, access to the ports on my mobile device, things of that nature. So yeah, I'm all in. Fledging is doing what you're doing what you need to be doing, Ethan. I love it.
Ethan,
Man, I appreciate that. Thank you.
for the ones that are not familiar with your iPad Hubble, can you tell us what the iPad Hubble is, and is it in stores now?
Yeah, absolutely. So he's showing you one right there. It's basically an integrated hub and case. There's a bunch of hubs on the market. They do a good job. I'm not going to say a bad thing about them, but they dangle dangerously outside of that one little port, and they snap off. They get broke. The connection's not that good. There's a lot of cases too, but let's be real. You spent $1,400 on an iPad. You're not trying to hide it in some plastic or leather case. So we have hubs on the market, but they don't really have stable connections because they just kind of dangle off the end of that iPad, and that little port's very expensive to replace. And then what we wanted to do was integrate it into a case because an iPad's fragile. It's a big glass screen. If you've ever seen some of the videos of iPads bending, I can pick one up with my bare hands and bend one in half. So we integrated the hub and case together so you get the best of all worlds. It looks like your iPad, feels like your iPad, and then the hub, it's got USB-A, USB-C, HDMI, SD, micro SD. It's even got an audio jack for headphones. So really, you get to interact with the world however you want with Hubble now versus being stuck with that one port like Apple gave you.
Okay, cool. Now, where can people find it?
Right now, you can get us on fledging.net. That's fledging with one L, not two. And then you can find us on Amazon.com too, but we'd prefer if you came on over to us. You're going to get a better price. You're going to get interact with us, and the money's not going to Amazon. So we'd prefer you come to fledging.net.
All right.
That's a good point. So before you move on, that's a good. That's a good point. So before you move on, that's a good point. I think for consumers to keep in mind, right? Especially when you're dealing with, I'm gonna say small, medium business, any business. All right, yeah, we can get it from Amazon next day if you got Prime or whatever the case may be, but now we're talking dollars coming out of the business itself. So if you can actually buy it directly from that company's website and maybe get it in 3 days instead of 2 days, more of that money goes into R&D, more of that money goes into making sure that their employees stay employed, and just, it just helps the company itself, as opposed to, look, Bezos has enough money. He's going to be all right.
Well, we're going to take better care of you too. You go to Amazon, you want to return something, you click return, it's gone. You come to us, you want to return something, we're going to say, yeah, we'll do that, but hey, why don't you tell us what's going on? And we're going to fix it for you, or we're going to send you a replacement, or we're going to give you all your money back. But we don't get that chance to interact with our customers through Amazon. We only get that chance through our own website.
Interesting. No, that makes sense. The good thing is the customer loyalty, that you can pick up the phone and say, hey, we're here, we can talk to you, and if there's any problems, we can walk you through those steps. And sometimes you could just pick up the phone and call somebody, and they're there, as opposed to you're dealing with emails, or like you said, you return back to Amazon, there's nobody there. It's just a simple return. There's no customer, client, or customer, consumer. I can't think of the words that I'm looking for, but there's no interaction with the company, with you, and for you guys to be able to have.
It's not very personal, for sure. Not very personal, for sure, right?
Yeah. And Amazon's too big to carry. Nike bailed out of Amazon last year on Amazon Prime, and Amazon didn't bat an eye. And that was a turning point for me, because if Nike can leave and Amazon doesn't care, I've got no leverage. None of these small businesses have any leverage. So, I appreciate that Amazon's in the ecosystem, but if you can spare the extra day, just like James said, if you can spare one more day, I'd prefer you come work directly with us.
Makes sense, man. It makes sense. So apparently, and I'm trying to see if I can get it to pull up, you got a new product out that you would like to talk about?
Actually, it's built for you because it's got nothing to do with Apple.
Show them, Android man. Show them a little love, right? That's all right.
Yeah.
I love it.
So I just finished naming it today. Just finished doing the R&D and research. It's a desktop charger. My light's a little strong. See if I can fix that. It's a desktop charger. It's a gallium nitride charger, so it takes advantage of that charging efficiency. This thing's 140 watts. So that charging pad is 10 watts all by itself. It's always going to charge 10 watts. That's strong enough for a Samsung phone. It's too strong for an iPhone, honestly. Strong enough for anything on the market. Throw your AirPods on there, your Apple Watch, whatever. But really on the side is the main deal. You got the 3 USB-C ports, the 1 USB-A port, and then that power is going to balance through there. So if you got the 1 USB-C port, you can charge a laptop off that. You put 2 in there, you can still charge 2 laptops off that. You put 3 in there, you can charge 3 laptops off that. I'm using it right now, actually. This one lives on my desk. It charges my monitor, my laptop, my iPad, my smartphone, and then it charges the desk lamp overhead all at once.
Wow. Now, when will this product be available?
Yeah, we're going to do a pre-order campaign through our own website. That's probably going to launch on May 4th. We got to get to 1,000 units just because of the minimum order quantities. But the second we hit that 1,000th unit, I'm hitting order, and the company who's helping us manufacture is going to ship in that batch. So May 4th, it's going to be $125 when it goes, selling on .net and Amazon. It's on the pre.
This is very interesting on why we're freezing, but right now I have on the website, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I have your, I think this, if I'm correct, this is the product right here on the screen. Is that right?
That's right. That's right.
All right. So I just want to make sure that, this is exactly what it is. And like you said, it's $125. It's the complete desk setup. So if you're working from home or you're working in your office, it pretty much has everything that you need. And it does the wireless charging with your phone if it has those capabilities to do the Qi wireless charging. And it looks like you can lay it down flat as well as the angle. Is that correct?
That's right. You can lay it down flat. You can have it angled up. And we actually went ahead because the worst part of wireless chargers is you got to get that device on there just right. So we went ahead and we put 2 coils in here. So you can pretty much just flop your phone down on it and flop your smartwatch down on it, and it's going to find the charger.
Okay.
Nice.
That's what's up. Okay. James?
Why'd you go with why'd you go with gallium nitrate?
Yeah, we were just excited at how efficient it was. We have tried to make a charger product before, and heat becomes a big issue. Those MacBook bricks, they get hot. And what we found with the gallium nitride is it's basically, we're told, 4 times as efficient. So you could do a quarter of the power. Let me see if I can do this right. 4 times the power at a quarter of the size. You can mix and match on power and size. You can cram, in this case, 4 times the power into one brick. And I'll run this thing all day, every day, and I'll touch it. It'll be about as warm as the palm of my hand.
Now,
that's
James,
critical, right?
Hold on,
Yeah.
James. I got a question for you. What was the word that you asked for? What was that? Nitrate something? What was that word?
Gallium nitride.
Gallium nitrate.
Gallium nitride. That's the name of the battery technology. Yes.
Now, James, I'm not trying to be funny, right? I'm really not. But you know good and well, we don't know nothing about no gallium nitrate, James. James, why are you speaking another? Come on, man. We said this is for consumers. People that are I know that you work in the tech sector. But come on, man. Ethan, he he's one of the guys that's
Okay.
in there in, product and development. He tests this stuff, so he's supposed to know this. But I had to take Ethan off the screen because and I know that people do not know anything about gallium nitrate. So I'm going to let you tell everybody what gallium nitrate is so you can speak in a language that they understand, okay?
James, do you want to tell
under-
them about the electron gapping and everything, or no?
brother, my whiteboard is right here to my corner right, I've got my dry erase pens, and I do this all day. No, the reason I asked that question again, because you're typically seeing lithium ion, you're seeing other types of power for these chargers and for these home devices, and Ethan really made the consumer focused expression when he said that it's very efficient, doesn't draw heat a lot, so and being able to charge multiple devices. So that new technology, I really wanted to say that so folks can understand that this is kind of that next evolution in terms of how we're going to start seeing more and more devices that are taking advantage of this new technology. It wasn't trying to show a periodic table or anything like that and get in front of nobody, but I really wanted to. It was actually a loaded question, and Tallboy's giving me a hard time because I knew it was an easy statement. I do want to say this though, man. 3 laptops at the time and then multiple displays. That's really good, right? So I can see folks, and your price point is right. I mean, I see this on the desktop. I see this at the bedside too, as well, right? So because I charge my phone and my watch up and everything else at the same time. Space gray and white, or you probably can't use the term space gray, but
no, Apple hasn't called it. Apple hasn't called us yet.
Okay. Yeah. I love it. But this is going to be a good product that comes out and highly functional in terms of what it can do. And were these USB 3?
No, we got the front 3 ports. Those are USB-C, and then the back port is USB 3.1. So USB-A, USB 3.1, whatever you like to call it.
Good. So let me interject to say here for folks that are listening, this is going to be for your newer technology, right? Some of those older devices that you've got, it may be time to upgrade. And this device is going to be for those newer connected bits that you have. Got some questions coming in the comments. Folks are saying, is there a link of where to buy it yet? I think you already talked about that. It still hasn't launched yet. It's going to come out in a couple of weeks. For sure.
Yeah, what we're doing is, and I can share the link, we're taking emails, so you can register when the campaign's live. We're going to email you first, and we'll get that first grab at the pre-order. That pre-order is going to be $45 cheaper than that list price.
All right, now is that on the website? Because I'm going to put your website up. And yes, Eric Burks, this is a tech show. So, so is it on here, on this site here?
Yes, sir. Just up there at the top, there's that red thing that says sign up. You just put your email in and you're signed up.
All right. You get to save 20% off your GAN charger when they launch their pre-sale event in May 2021. So he's estimating May 4th, right before Mother's Day.
Right.
So this could be a Mother's Day gift. This could be a Father's Day gift. This could be just a regular gift just to say, hey, I just want you to have it. So, yeah.
This could be a gift to yourself,
Well, yeah. That's true. And it's available on Android and iOS.
Oh, my goodness.
That's
right.
That's the cool thing about it. Is not like all the Android users are all out there. What's going on, Priscilla? I see that you just checked in. I see you. Just want to let you know I see you, and thanks for stopping in on the show. But yeah, I just think that this is a great product, especially if you are business like-minded, or if you have a lot of devices in your house, like you said, that uses that new technology. And I think a lot of companies are now going to, if I'm correct, that USB 3.0 model. Am I correct?
Yeah, even Apple's finally talked about getting on the USB-C model for their upcoming iPhone series, and the new iPads, 2018 and forward, it's on USB-C. So pretty much everything's going to USB-C. It's the way to be. We wanted to future-proof the charger so you can own it for 5-10 years and still use it on all your devices.
That's what's up. All right. That's fledging.net if you guys are interested. Fledging.net. And for the regular consumers that have never heard about you, you know, my biggest thing is, why should somebody support you, or why should somebody purchase your products?
Yeah, great question. We're real. We're here. We're in Birmingham,
It is raining outside. But
Well,
where did
well,
he
I
go? Let me.
tell you what, until he comes back, I want to talk about another product that he's got, right? So this is actually their Shell Thunder that I'm utilizing as well. It's an external NVMe drive SSD, 500 gig.
This is a
It's
solid state drive or a hard drive?
solid state drive, external hard drive. NVMe connects through Thunderbolt 3.
Okay.
Incredibly durable, and it's got a fan integrated into it as well. So it as well is not going to get hot. It doesn't just have the slots, but it's actually got a fan built into it as well. Like I say, this one is a 500 gig one that I have. Look, when the world opens up again and we can go out again, being able to quickly transfer data. Normally, if I'm producing a show, I've got this literally plugged into the back of my Mac Mini, and that's where I pull down all of my direct files as well for post processing. So check them out in terms of not just the Hubble that they've got as the case for their iPads, but external storage is available now. You can buy that on the site through them or through Amazon. But as Ethan was saying, they get more love, and they get more of the cut if you buy it directly from them. So it's all good stuff. It's all
Now,
good stuff.
the one good thing about that is, for all the DJs that are Apple users, that would be great for them to store their music, shall we say. I mean, for a solid state drive, I think that would be great. And all the DJs that I know, hopefully they'll come back and watch this stream. Think about using a solid state drive as opposed to that hard drive, because how many times has that hard drive actually crashed on you? And then it's like, what do you do, shall we say? What do you do when that hard drive crashes on you? Go with solid state drive. I think that's the thing. I think that's where the technology is going. Yes, it may be a little bit more expensive, but I think the solid state drive is more durable and is more reliable, shall we say. So I highly recommend that. Quite naturally, Fledging would love for you to go with a solid state drive, but going with them, I think that they would love you even more. And I'm not getting paid. Tallboy is not getting paid to say anything about Fledging, because I don't have any of their products, because I'm not Apple. So I'm speaking on behalf of the DJs and saying, hey, if you have a lot of data or music or, you know, even video, I think that this could be a solid product, because I have 2 or 3 external hard drives that have bricked on me, and I don't have $800-900, which is, you know, a mortgage payment, you know, to get those hard drives fixed. So think about Fledging. That's all I can say when it comes to solid state drives. Thinking about their iPad Hubble, and now his new toy that he has, and I'll let him say the name of it because he's back. What is it called? That releases
It's
on May
called
4th?
it's called Spruce. It's the Spruce Desktop Charger.
Spruce Desktop Charger. All right,
That's
so
right.
there it is. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I don't know why we're freezing up over here. I
It
know
happens. It happens.
it's technology at its finest, shall we
It's
say?
the beauty of live streaming, right?
Yeah.
Hey, coast to coast, yeah.
All right, man. So we're going to switch topics or switch gears here, and we're going to start getting into some of our tech news. I gave you guys some articles, and James definitely gave me some articles to keep that
One or two.
the iOS theme, shall we say. And would love to get your thoughts and opinions, if you don't mind staying around, Ethan. To talk
Yeah, happy
about
to.
it.
Happy to.
So is there an article out of the 4 that we gave you? Is there one that stood out the most that you are interested in talking about first?
Yeah, the Backflip and the Best Buy thing kind of caught me at opposite ends of the same topic. So I guess we could talk about Backflip first.
Okay, look, he's already like a family member. Like, I talk about back.
Whatever works, you know.
All right, so James, this is your story, James, because you were like, hey, we gotta talk about this. So James, this is you, baby.
This is again, primarily focused towards the consumers. And the idea is Backflip is there used to be another service out there where you can actually have all of your old tech gear. I know everyone has gear stuck in a closet somewhere that they're no longer using, old watches, gaming systems, phones, whatever the case may be. Log into Backflip, create yourself an account, put in the current state of that product. Does it work? Are there any scratches? Those kind of things. Does it have the power adapter or whatever? They'll give you a quote for that device. You ship it back to them. They'll verify it meets everything that you said, and they'll pay you for it. Just real quick and easy in terms of, again, getting rid of all that old technology that you're not using. No sense in cluttering your house and your closets up if you've got old technology lying around. What I really like about Backflip is the fact that it has a large selection of technology that you can actually turn into them. And they just recently launched off a product hunt. What that means is that a lot of technology insiders are looking at it, and they're commenting on it, and they're talking about the back-end infrastructure of what the service Backflip is doing. So the technology influencers are keeping them honest, making sure that this thing actually does what it says it's going to do. Because the tech geeks and the tech nerds like myself out here in Silicon Valley will talk bad about you if you put something out there that doesn't really resonate with your go-to-market strategy and things like that. So I've got 3 of those things are on the first screen right now. I've got old iPhones, old pair of original AirPods, and I've got a couple of old Apple laptops that I'm gonna turn in. I put in the characteristics of it, and this old Mac Air that I have from 2015, they offered me $225 for it.
Well,
Done.
that'll help your subscription a problem that you have every month.
That'll help me with my Disney Plus and my Paramount Plus and my Discover Plus and all that, right? Fitness Plus, which I haven't used as much, but yeah.
So look for.
Type in the characteristics of it, see their offer, they'll come pick it up. Come on, man. I'm taking you to the water, teaching you how to fish. I'm throwing the pole in the water. I'm letting the fish hit at least once, so you got to hit, and then all you got to do is reel it in. Come on, man.
Ethan, what do you think about that?
I love it. I think all the time about startups. There's a lot of companies they'll make something that's that much different from the last guy. What they've done here is they've taken like an eBay model and they've said all that work you got to do to find a customer. No, you don't have to do that anymore. We'll buy it, we'll recycle it, resell it, whatever it is we do with it. All you got to do is send it to us. We'll pay you money for it. So they've really solved that problem that a lot of e-commerce. You see apps like that. I forget the names of them, but you can post your stuff, someone else will buy it. You still got to sit there and haggle with and deal with that person. I think it's brilliant.
Wow.
Yeah, I literally deleted Mercari and
there we go.
I'm not even going to use it and eBay as well. I deleted both of those apps off my phone when I found out about this. So it's on.
The one thing I can say I appreciate about James is that he is definitely no. Put yourself on mute. Put the cup up one more time. Put yourself on mute so somebody don't make me mute you. Yeah, there you go. The one thing I appreciate about James is he's open to trying new things, if that makes sense. And since he's open to trying new things, he can give you an honest review. He's not getting paid from this company. He saw it. He was determined to say, hey, we're going to talk about this story because I think that this story is relevant to the consumers. And whether it works or not, I'm willing to try it. I'm going to throw myself out there. And for him to do that, I give you credit. I mean, I give you a hard time, you give me a hard time, but let's just be honest, man. Like, you really are innovative and you are willing to try new things, and you're not stuck into, well, I'm still stuck in the MySpace and I'm not going to stand off the screen because I don't know why he is still frozen on the screen. This is so bad. I feel so bad that this is happening. Well, where's the link that I have with you and I on the screen? This is bad. He's still frozen. I don't know why. And it's technology at its finest, shall we say. Okay, where is Ethan and Tallboy? I had it earlier. I see Ethan and James. I don't see Ethan and Tallboy. And he's still frozen.
Man.
That is bad. Oh my God. Let me see. I gotta get my guy off the screen. So Ethan, what are your thoughts of the product, shall we say?
So on the backflip side of things, I think it makes a lot of sense. People aren't trying to hassle all day every day with different buyers. My wife does a lot of that. She sells stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and every time they're haggling about price, they want you to come meet them somewhere. They show up and say that's not what I wanted, and that's all fine for a marketplace. But Backflip coming in and just saying, hey, we're going to take all those problems away. Yeah. Send us your stuff. We're going to go do something with it. Don't even worry about what we do with it. It's smart.
You said your next article was Best Buy was something that really struck something with you, and it's funny because he's still frozen. I hope he leaves and he comes back into the I don't know why he is frozen still. That's his computer, not mine, guys. So Best Buy basically is saying that they're going to launch a new membership program keeping up with Amazon Prime and Walmart. Let me see if I can get that article up on the screen. All right, so basically what we have here is competition. Amazon came out with the model, and now Best Buy is now testing out a membership program called Best Buy Beta to provide customers an exclusive pricing, free standard shipping and delivery, and other benefits. The program will cost $199 for members in select stores in Iowa, Oklahoma, and Eastern Pennsylvania. The company will soon offer the service in Minnesota, North Carolina, and Tennessee by the end of April, and a total of 60 stores. The perks include unlimited technical support, up to 2 years of warranty on eligible items, free installation, and 24/7 concierge service. And they're basically saying as they look to evolve their membership programs, the goal of Best Buy Beta is to create a membership experience that customers will love and leave them feeling confident throughout their relationship with Best Buy. So that was an earful, a lot, shall we say, but this is what it is. The company's move will put it on par with Amazon Prime and Walmart's Plus membership, which costs about $120 and $98 respectively. So yeah, what do you think about that, Ethan?
First thing I thought when I saw it was why. And I'll admit, I bought my wife a new computer a month or so ago from Best Buy, and because there's a store right down the road, it showed up in 2 hours, and that was cool.
Really?
So I guess they're taking it. Yeah, it was quick.
Hold up. So hold up. So you bought a product on BestBuy.com, and then it showed up to your house within 2 hours?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
Because it's just coming from the store it's at, So that's quick. So they kind of have built-in distribution centers all over the country. But other than that, the thing I always think, and maybe I'm not the right person, is who buys from Best Buy that much? I'm not out there buying from Best Buy 5 times a week. So why am I, spending my $199 to get a computer delivered once a year? That's my first thought, at least. I don't really see how it's filling a gap in the market. It feels a little bit more me too, but I might be missing something.
Guess who's back?
There he is. There he is.
Guess who's back? I don't know, man. I know you're going to dog me out later on.
There's going to be some dialogue in the after show. There's going to be some dialogue.
I don't know why, man. I didn't look.
Because hold on, let me tell you something. Because right now, see, in my stream, I got some of my fam in there, and they I got some of this fam in there, so they know. They're gonna be like.
They like
so
they just come on and swap over.
Yeah, they niggas say, I'm sorry, VMix, time to go away and let your boy come back in and do the producing on Ecamm. We're gonna take care. It's okay. It's okay.
No, see.
This is not coffee I'm drinking right now either. And so
he had enough time, Ethan, to walk away.
I did. I dumped my coffee. I went and dumped my coffee out and came back and was like, what?
You do what you gotta do, man.
Pray for me, Lord. Pray for me, Lord. You ready for my rant on this?
Hold on.
I'll just come and throw the whole show off kilter until I get kicked off again. All right, it's all right.
All right, go ahead. Tell me what you think about the Best Buy program, man.
All right. So first of all, Miss Keeley, how you living? Appreciate you. Laura Williams, appreciate you. We see you out there, Dad. I see you too, player. Like Ethan saying, this is ridiculous. $120 or what? No, $199. Whatever the price is, it's too much. I do spend a lot of time and money at Best Buy. I walk into my local Best Buy, they all know me by first name. But I am not going to pay this amount of money just to have them come and deliver a laptop or a TV or a coffee maker to me when, again, it's 5 miles down the road and I can go pick it up. Their initial offering is just like you said, it's more for me too. There's no real value add to it for 70% of the customer base. Right, there's 10% probably that takes their old laptop and their old desktop tower up to the Geek Squad and sits there all day with Windows 95 or Windows Me problems and need to have that need to figure out why I'm getting all these pop-ups and why my machine is slow. Those are the folks probably that are going to take advantage of this, who are going to have quick, easy access to like a Geek Squad, someone to can plug in and do their cable management for all the new stuff that they buy. The majority of folks are, I really do not think that this is going to be a successful venture for Best Buy the way it's structured now. And I'm talking as an investor too. So I invest in the company again. I said not just because I spend so much damn money there, but
bragging right now. That's all.
Hey, bro, I own where I go and spend my money. So you know.
No. We're not bragging. We're not bragging. No.
We're not bragging. But we look again. If I spend money at Target, I spend money at Best Buy. I drink a lot of Starbucks. I own pieces and fractions of the company, and it just makes sense. I actually need to get in on this stock deal for some of this Coinbase right now.
Bragging again. There he goes.
Hold on. Let me get. Hold on.
See how he does me, Ethan. He wants to talk about all that.
There we go. I'm good now.
You got to buy Coinbase. You got to buy Coinbase.
I did. I just had to buy some coin. I just did too. So I hit it. I'll talk to you in a few minutes, EB, about that. Miss Keeley, yeah, I'm gonna save him with the Ecamm next month. I'm gonna save him. But that's my take on this. Again, this is overshot. It's not as good as Walmart Plus. It's definitely not as good as Amazon Plus. It needs to be revamped in terms of real consumer acquisition and consumer consideration to spend that kind of money. Why come out of the gate being 5-10% higher than a service like an Amazon Prime when, again, I can order from them and get it here in hours and the next day. And I know it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
I'll tell you what would have been.
And at a time, see, again, brother, I'm on a rant, right? And at a time when so many folks don't have as much of the disposable income to pay for a 70-inch TV, right? They don't have all because of the world being shut down for a year. So there needs to be some consideration of real people and not just dollars and cents, I think. And I don't think Best Buy hit the mark on this one. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ethan.
I was saying, you said "and" a lot, which is, I mean, we were talking about kind of the streaming service thing before. Yeah, it's $199 and Prime and Walmart Plus. So for a household, you're not talking $350. That's not going to work. For me, it would have made more sense if they had just offered this for free as a way to get people to buy to buy from Best Buy instead of to buy from Amazon. That would have been a better way to do this, but they didn't ask me.
See, another way that they've missed the boat here on this, right? So if you buy so much, if you buy a lot of stuff, you get on what's called their Best Buy Elite program. So you spend, I think it's $3,500 a year, whatever the case may be. So I'm kind of part of that. I'm putting all my business out here in the street. I probably should watch out. Don't come around this house though. We got some things, and look, don't just come try to roll up on the house. my son will come meet you with some things just in case you don't act right. But what I'm saying is that Best Buy Elite program allows you for a longer return period. It allows you to have access early to specific sales and deals and things like that. Just revamp that existing program.
That's right.
You don't have to pay to get into that.
Right.
You have to spend a certain amount to get those extra benefits and values, but don't charge me $200 just to have somebody come up to my house in a Nissan Leaf to install my surround sound sound bar. Don't do that. Don't do
Mhm.
that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll sit down now.
And how are they going to catch up with Amazon?
I guess I look at it like this: they're a little bit too late. They're a little bit too late in the game. Yeah, I mean, Amazon's been doing this for years. Walmart jumped in it last year when everybody was struggling, and I think they lowered the price just a little bit. I think it was $98. I remember when Amazon was $99 a year, and then that was about 3 years ago, maybe 2 years. And then people made a big fit about them raising their price $20. Now you're saying I'm gonna charge you $199. I mean, Best Buy prices are already expensive, so you're only buying products at Best Buy because of the name of Best Buy. But Amazon, because of the pandemic, unfortunately, boxes were being delivered every day. Well, every 2 days. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I just think Best Buy got in the game a little bit late. I don't know. I just don't think that this is a good business model for them. But hey, they might be like Quibi. What was it? Quibi? Was that the one that?
Oh, Quibi, yeah.
Yeah, it was, they might be like Quibi. And it was nice while it lasted. But I think that these big box retailers are trying to do whatever they can to stay afloat digitally, because unfortunately we're in a position right now where it's coming up. When Steph Curry hits 53 points, I mean that it's Under Armour, it's not Nike anymore. So I'm just saying. So all right, let's switch gears. I don't know if
Any comments out there from the audience? I'm seeing a lot of folks that are chiming in, but
I just
want to make sure we're not missing anything.
I don't see anything popping up on my
okay.
Just a lot of likes and a few likes and just hey, and that's pretty. Someone tapped into your ecosystem of Fledging. Would you pay the ransom?
Oof.
We're very lucky that we do not have customer data. We use Shopify. We got Amazon I can blame it on. We do not have customer data. We do not have sensitive data. I'm very sorry if your email gets out there, but I don't think I pay a ransom just to stop emails. But a school like this, I mean, that's tough. Schools don't have money anyways, and now you're out there ransoming them in the middle of a pandemic. That's tough.
Yeah.
So the way the article reads, and I'm gonna see if I can pull it up on the screen here. There we go. Parents were at the end of their chain, then ransomware hit their kids' school. So this is a very long article, so I'm gonna try and summarize it. Hackers infected Buffalo schools with a malicious code that spidered through their networks, freezing computers and making it impossible for teachers to reach their students who were working remotely because of the pandemic. They demanded a ransom to make it go away. School officials canceled remote classes for the day while they figured out what to do. They would end up needing more than a week to resume their planned schedule, and a single infection of a school district can affect dozens or hundreds of schools. Buffalo's count 63 individual schools and learning system. So it did not happen only to Buffalo. It also happened to other schools as well. And the funny thing about it is the FBI can not really do much because, unfortunately, most of these cyber criminals are abroad. So I think that was really tough on these schools. So I'm going to let the article sit right here for a second, and that way you can just kind of read a little bit of it. But I'm going to ask Ethan, as I go more into the story, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll leave my description of the hackers aside because that's just wrong, especially in the middle of all this. That's a tough spot to be in, and I worry about that for any company or organization that's holding on to personnel data, because what do? The article, I think they demanded $15 million because they thought this was a $4 billion business school system. That's just a tough spot to be in. I think it goes, a lot of people, they'll kind of skimp on the cybersecurity because it's not an attractive topic, but you get bit by this once, I think it teaches people you got to focus there.
Yeah, now they said while some ransomware gangs spend months targeting large businesses in hopes of a giant payday, many also go after institutions that don't have dedicated cybersecurity staff or expensive cybersecurity contracts to better protect them from hackers, like the hospitals and city and
Hmm.
county governments, which are often wide open to attack. And if I'm correct, Atlanta got hit with something like this maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago, right before the
Mm.
pandemic.
So
Quite a
did
number.
so did a hospital around here. Yeah.
Yeah, so they got hit with it real hard. Um, they said the ransomware attacks cost the U.S. more than 1.3 billion in 2020, and that was during the pandemic. Can you believe that? And the
Hmm.
FBI often is the primary agency responding to ransomware attacks in the U.S. But as the agency focuses more on arrest than on disruption, and most ransomware games operate in countries where it's hard for or impossible to get cyber criminals extradited, it's rare for the criminals to face serious repercussions. James, thoughts?
Right. I deal with this type of thing all day, every single day, right? And ransomware is real. These hackers go out to all these companies, regardless of size, trying to get them caught up. Try to not even all of them are real, right? You just a lot of these hackers will go out there and make a claim and throw the dice and try to make a company flinch and jump to
Hmm.
send them the money for some perceived stolen data. But it does happen more frequently than I wish it did. And just like Ethan was saying, if you have customer data as an organization, you have to safeguard that. You have to have redundancies in place, and you have to have air gap systems and all of that, right? From a consumer side, outside of the school situation. So from a consumer side, from a shopping perspective, as we always talk about, guard your data. Don't give any personal information out. Anybody calls you and tells you that you want a free iPad, you haven't won a free iPad. It's all wrong. And these are the same folks, right, that are going out there and doing these ransom types of activities. For the school, the only data that I think, what was this, an elementary school or a high school? I think the
Um,
only data that they don't if it was that an elementary or a K through 12 for the students, they don't have nothing like social security numbers or anything like that, right? Because I worked in the education field while I was part of Apple, and all they have are grades, student, your identification number, that kind of thing within the school system and stuff like that. So there's no financial information that a hacker can get from a school, but they can get medical history. They can right, start building out the web of who you engage with and what your parents are and
Hmm.
stuff like that. But man, yeah, these schools don't have two nickels a lot of times to rub together, man, just to keep the lights on sometimes. They're trying to buy all these lunches and keep the kids fed, and now they got to keep the place clean and all of that. And now you go out there with a ransom situation. It's hard for them to roll the dice and say, no, you really don't have it, we're not going to pay it, right? You've got to
Hmm.
do some type of corrective action. But I feel sorry for the school, the administration, everyone that's directly involved, because this has a domino effect, and this can continue to fester itself. And you never really heard of folks attacking educational institutes, right? You always heard them attacking banks, attacking large retail
Now
organizations,
they're doing
large.
schools, they're doing
Yeah,
hospitals. I mean, you talk about
that's
schools and
crazy talk,
hospitals,
right?
man. That's
so
That's
would you
like
pay,
that's going
James?
out there and trying to throw some dirt on.
If it was
I
you, if it was your school, you were the superintendent, would you pay?
if I had concrete evidence that the attack was real, I would obviously have some insurance set aside, right? So a lot of corporate organizations have insurance set up. No, really do. They have cybersecurity
Mhm.
insurance and clauses, things like that in place. So there really is a lawyer or whoever that works for the organization that comes in and deals with these kind of things. If I found out that they actually had my information for myself, my students, and my administration, and my district, whatever the case may be, you can't. You got to do something, right? You got to do something. Obviously, let the legal system do what it can to go out there and apprehend these folks. But if they're asking for $2 million, it's going to take it's gonna take a bite out of your backside. But I'm all about protecting the innocence, especially of the youth, as it relates to something like this on the education side. So, whatever I can do, if I was responsible for a whole bunch of kids, I'd make sure that they were protected.
Ethan, would you pay?
If I was this guy in this situation, no, I wouldn't pay. If I was running a hospital, hell yeah, I'd pay. If I'm running a bank, yeah, I'm paying the money because the potential damage is so much higher. But James had a great point about the kind of data being stolen. That's really tough, but a school is going to wipe itself out paying $15 million. So no, I wouldn't, not in this case.
Gotcha. All right. So basically, in Broward County, sometimes the school will try to pay, only to find it impossible to negotiate with the hackers. In March, after negotiations broke down between one gang in Florida, a school system, which was Broward County, one of the largest school districts in the country, with more than 260,000 students, the hackers published a transcript of their conversation on their website. The conversation shows the gang initially asked for $40 million in ransom to the school's officials' bafflement. Then it said Broward spokesperson for the school declined to comment. They declined to comment on the published negotiations, but said in a statement, "We have no intention of paying a ransom." And even when a school catches the attack early and chooses not to pay the hackers, the cost can be severe, as was the case with Afton, Missouri school district, which was hit in February. The district's director of technology said he received an early morning text message from a teacher that showed a picture of a computer with a picture of a ransom note. Hi, this was the actual message. Hi, company. Every byte on any type of your device was encrypted. The hackers wrote, "Don't try to use backups because don't try to use backups because it were encrypted too." That's the actual wording of this. I don't want to say the hackers might actually watch this and they might try and hack us. Recognizing
they gathering your MAC address right now. Yeah,
don't pay.
Recognizing the potential for ransomware to spread quickly from computer to computer, school officials ordered them all shut down and began examining computers individually to see which ones were infected. Only 30 were, and the school was able to replace them and resume classes the next day. But the hackers weren't done. As retaliation, they published files that were able to exfiltrate from the infected computers, which included scores of tax and human resource documents like notes on teachers and their pay and schools' tax documents since 2018. The school official in Missouri said that he's still confident he made the right decision. One thing I hope people take away from the experiences like ours is don't pay the ransom because it only encourages them. Interesting.
That's someplace.
There you go.
A little bit of a tangent, but that's one place I'm excited to see countries like China stepping up because, like intellectual property in China, they'll pay you 105% of your filing costs to file for a patent there now. They're trying to give you money to file patents. Okay. Those kind of developing economies are really understanding if we don't get this kind of crap under control, like with the ransomware and stuff, we're going to start losing business. So I'm excited to see those national governments start to step in. I don't know how long that will take from Eastern European hackers, but we'll see.
Lastly, before we switch to the next topic, what is that part at? Hackers make remote learning nearly impossible. In Huntsville, city schools in Alabama, which allows parents to choose whether their kids go in-person classes or learn remotely through the Huntsville Virtual Academy, sent everyone home on Monday, November 30th, the first day back after the Thanksgiving break because of a ransomware attack. It took a week for in-person classes to resume. But because of the lingering issues with school devices, students for weeks learned purely through paper packets with no interaction with their teacher. Every Sunday, parents dropped off their students' previous week of paperwork and picked up the new week's work. And basically, the Virtual Academy kids My kids had no access to email, their teachers, no administrators, nothing. They were handed a paper packet, told to do the work, turn it back in, while the other students who were in-person learning, they were in the classroom every day. It took until after the new year to get their kids back logged in, and it was the worst experience that they could have ever imagined. So there's 3 different scenarios: pay, don't pay, or try to disinfect the computers, and then you have to deal with the retaliation by not paying.
It's all bad. Either way you look at it, it's all bad.
That's
So
just
Ethan,
dirty.
I hope you have some insurance on that on Fledging. So maybe your team.
Yeah, when I get me another drive, make sure that it doesn't get lost. I mean that it's insured and everything, right?
That's why you get the hard drive, so your data can be offline when you need it offline.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Listen to the man, folks. Listen to the man.
All right, so our last story. Oh my God, I really don't want to do this because I know you guys are going to be ranting and raving about this story here.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
It's what you love, man. I don't care
What?
about this, but
You just wake up. You just wake up in the morning mad, don't you? Just mad.
Wake up hating, don't I? Is that what you call it? Is that what you call it? Let me see. Where is the article? I think I lost it. Did I lose it?
Oh my God, he lost the article. Ladies and gentlemen.
No, I didn't. See how you do me? See how you do me? That's how you gonna do me? It's my show that I'm producing, and this is how you do me.
That's how I did it.
All right. So Apple, unfortunately, will launch new products on April 20th. And I'm pretty sure you guys, for Ethan, this could be good because now he can start to say, how can he, integrate some of his products with their products. But James, you got an event that you're going to be looking forward to on next Tuesday
definitely.
that we got to talk about on next Wednesday?
Oh, definitely. Look, we got to keep the hype up. But I first of all, I want to go back to this shirt though. Man, this is some high quality stuff that you got. This silk screen that you're doing, this fledging. It's probably 120% cotton because it feels so good.
It's a good weight. It feels soft. It's good.
Yeah, that's good
Keeps
stuff.
it
That's good stuff.
Keeps it shaped. Yeah.
I love it, man. I'm a hat dude too. So if you got some logos with the what is that? A sparrow or is that I don't know what that is. Is that a
bird in general? We're working on a hat that says "Take Flight" right across there.
I love it.
I'm gonna let you guys have your little Apple moment. Well, right now it's a fledging moment. But I mean, go ahead, James. Go ahead, have fun.
What are you gonna do? Go get you something to drink? Look, all it is, Apple has announced a spring event. We knew it was going to happen, but we didn't think there was going to be something prior to WWDC, the Worldwide Developers Conference, right? When all of the app developers gather around and talk about what's coming next in terms of their capabilities of development and things like that. But this is supposed to be probably that next step upgrade announcement for iPads. So yeah, this is going to be something that I'm sure Fledging is going to be watching very intently to see if something hits them out of the blue and they switch the type of connectivity or they switch the types of size that they have for the iPad models. So you're probably pulling out your hair right now, right? Just trying to figure out, are they switching from USB-C, going back to Lightning? Are they going to
the word on the street? Just our head of product lives down in Shenzhen, so he hears this stuff. The word on the street is they're going to the Thunderbolt port, which is actually good news. It'll be totally compatible with this, but that Thunderbolt port's strong. You can do a lot with it. So it's for once Apple's doing something that's going to make it easier for the tech you have, but also better for the future. I'm pretty happy with it. Now, they say all that. I could look up on April 20th and have a heck of a surprise on my hands. So,
but that would be pretty interesting, right? Because so more likely be Thunderbolt 3, right? Because
right. No, 3.
Okay, I was gonna say you because the Mac Minis have Thunderbolt 4, and that's 40 gigabytes per second. But so probably Thunderbolt 3 at about 10, which makes sense just for
Well,
again throughput
three will
efficiency.
do the 40. Yeah, it's just three really gets you on the visual quality for screens, and then it gets you on the cable length. That three, it'll do 40 gigabits a second.
That's huge, folks. So there's that. There's the iPad. It's obviously going to be some type of launch for those products. AirPod Pros may come out. Why are you playing this song in the background? It doesn't even match with the conversation.
It's Apple.
It's just distracting. It's just scratching.
It's the only iOS thing that I can have.
Folks, log off of his channel. Come on over to James Hicks and no. iPads Pro, AirPods Pro are probably going to get a revamp. We don't know what that's going to look like, but we're hearing about that. The big $500-something AirPod Maxes are still just ridiculously priced, and I don't know a whole lot of folks that have them, but there's probably going to be some new revisions from that perspective. I think it was just hilarious that Siri was the first piece of technology that announced this. This actually leaked. I believe someone was asking Siri when was in the next Apple event, and Siri told them that it was coming up on April the 20th, before Apple even launched the press release. I would love to see the full-size M1 MacBook Pros come out, right, as opposed to the smaller ones that they have right now. I believe it's the 13-inch right now. So I would love to see them announce the 16-inch ones, because I will definitely jump on that. I will trade in my current one and go with the M1. And there's a real reasoning and rationale behind that, because with the M1 chip, you can actually cross-load iOS apps on these desktop devices. So that's incredibly huge. What that means, folks, again, if you already have an iOS app on your phone, when you have the M1 chip, you can actually cross-load, and you can load those applications on your M1 enabled desktop and or laptop as well. Very, very cool, right? So AirDrop and side note, I mean, all that cool ecosystem functionality that we already have now within Apple. Just think about it again, if you've already got. I was looking at InShot today, right? InShot is a mobile app for creating visual content and visual graphics, things like that. Being able to take that application and now have that on my two 35-inch LGs rocking. That's why I'm sweating right now, because I got these two. Good Lord. But being able to create mobile content and micro content, that iOS device on a desktop, that's going to be huge, and that's going to be incredibly powerful if and when that happens. Would love to see an Apple TV update, revamp, something. I'm going. You just going to have to pull me off camera, right? Because it's just there. I told you he went and got his Minimate. That's what he did. That's why he wanted to go off camera, so he can go get his tray. you straight.
I got to hear all of this next week. Is there anything that you are looking for to seeing with Apple with their launch next week on Tuesday?
There's two things I'm excited about. One, very selfishly, is the new iPad Pro. The Pro, if you've not touched the Pro, it's better than a laptop. And for what we have with Hubble, they're saying it's going to be that 11-inch and 12.9-inch size range. So if you want to buy a Hubble now, you can beat the lines for when the iPad comes out. The other thing I'm excited about, we don't have any kind of a product that plays into this, is just to see what they do with the M1 processor. James, you're right about the iOS apps coming across, but there's been some serious software stability issues with that M1 processor for the 2020 models. So I'm excited. Hopefully, presumably, they fixed it. It's going to be a big news day if they've not fixed it in the next few weeks, but I'm guessing they fixed it, and that's, once they get that settled in and you can make the most use of that processor for the different programs you're using, I think their MacBook's just it's gonna be a winner.
All right, so for the ones that are not familiar with what's going on, Apple is set to host the first product launch of the year next week, and is expected to announce updates to its iPad Pro, iPad Mini, and AirPod line. So nothing was the company on Tuesday sent out press invitations for a virtual event that James did not get. with the tagline.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, you got you one? You got one?
Right.
Look, he licking his lips. Look, he licking his lips like
don't.
Hold on, let me get you on the screen.
I'm there. Look.
James, I need you to text me. Tell me what's going on.
Lick your lips one time. You got lick your lips. Go ahead, like your LL.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna
lick
do
your lips
that.
like your LL.
That's not me.
I'm gonna leave you on the screen until you do. Come on, lick your lips. There you go. Very good.
There you go.
So he got he's
Trifling,
licking his chops.
Trifling.
He's licking his chops. He will be at the virtual event.
I can't wait till I'm back to producing.
I digress. It's at Apple Park headquarters in Cupertino, California. Like James said, Siri actually revealed the date ahead of the official announcement. And it's funny because I was watching Sammy. Sammy's one of our teenagers, good teenage friends that's in our live streaming group. And he's only 16, 17 years old. And this guy was already on top of it before James made the announcement, shall we say. And it was like, how is it? Can anybody confirm? And it was kind of funny because when I was saying it, it was like, how did they announce it, but there's no press releases or anything? It threw me for a loop, and I was like, I'm going to have jokes about this. But, like they said, Siri had actually revealed the date ahead of the official announcement. So that's technology for you. From my understanding, Apple's MacBook Pro and MacBook Air are also due for a refresh, but it's unclear if they'll get one as early as next week. And Apple recently discontinued its iMac Pro line, once the most powerful computer that the company ever offered. And they also, I think, discontinued the original HomePod that I think you spoke on earlier this season. Is that right, James?
And I hate that, right? Again, $299 for big old speaker, and they don't even make it anymore. They've gone to the HomePod Minis, which is...
Now they said that it's rumored to be working on smart glasses and an augmented reality, virtual reality headset. But it's unlikely if you'll learn anything about any of those products this month. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, what I like, it's going to be virtual. So, I mean, quite naturally, when you think about it, and this is no disrespect to Apple, because I don't even think Apple was ever even at CES in the last 5 to 7 years.
No, but that's a conscious thing.
So for them to have their own event, and even, and people would fly into this event that were press officials and stuff like that, but for them to do it virtually, I think that's showing you we're living in that Jetson age. That technology is there. As soon as the event is over with, you can literally, the articles will be up in less than, probably the articles will be going up as it's actually happening, as opposed to you had the Apple event. As opposed to you having the Apple event, then you had to wait for them to type it, and then they would send it out. Everyone's in the comfort of their own home or their offices, shall we say, and they can do whatever they need to do. And I think this might be the new model that we will start to see, as opposed to people flying to corporate headquarters. I don't know what's going to happen with Mobile World Congress or what will happen with CES, but I think this is going to be the new model, with Apple leading the way for the first press conference. When you think about it, with all the major brands, I think this. Am I correct? Is this the first major press conference?
No, this isn't even a major press conference for Apple, right? Well, this is really a step upgrade.
No. I think you're misunderstanding me. I'm saying, is this the first first virtual conference of 2021 for all of the companies? Oh, it's not?
No, Samsung, when they did their S21 Plus, whatever, when they did their last phone, they did that virtual. Intel has done some things as well. I know GoPro did something. Somebody did an announcement just the other day as well. So all the companies are doing this, but Apple does it their way, and it really, they know how to grab you by the emotional strings and then the purse strings, right? Steve Jobs was a master at doing this. He would have very few words on a slide, and it would be all pictures expressing emotion. and just make you want to get into the ecosystem. It really is the cult of Mac, right? I got the book right down here in my underneath my desk, because just the way that they know how to target those emotions and those types of buying habits of folks that want to buy their products. Everyone will be able to watch this. So within the last 14 months since COVID, all of their press announcements from Apple are virtual. If you are on a Mac, you can just load it via Safari web browser. It only works on Safari. It doesn't work on Chrome, doesn't work on Firefox. You have to watch it off of Safari. If you have a Apple TV, you can watch it through the Apple TV channel as well. There's actually an Apple Events channel within the Apple TV box that you can watch it live. It's tight too. It starts at 10 a.m. and it ends at 11. There's no messing around in there. Tim Cook goes on, he'll say hello, he'll talk about some updates, and then finally talk about what they're going to announce. All these people pontificating. Look, I've been in the room literally when the in-person events were happening. Yeah, you're right. We are writing posts and content right when someone's up there on stage, and we're putting it out there. No one really, that doesn't really matter. Not being first doesn't matter, but being more accurate is what matters. So watch all the channels that you want. Within 20 minutes after the event at 11 o'clock, the site will be updated. Whatever's been refreshed, you can probably buy it or you can probably pre-order it. But yeah, I wouldn't consider this a major announcement. But again, this is a step announcement. But it matters to the ecosystem and the accessory ecosystem. So it matters to Fledging. It really matters to Ethan, because they tweak one thing. Again, you go from Lightning port to micro USB. Everything's out the window.
They just decided to do an 11. They decided to do an 11.5-inch version, and we got to go rebuild the frame and go start from scratch on a lot of stuff. So we're hanging on, hoping that everything we think is coming is exactly what's coming.
Yeah. So that's where this matters. That's so to make it sense and to make it plain. That's where this matters. What happens on the 20th?
That's right.
We'll talk a little bit more.
That's right.
I'm sorry to go too long, but
we'll talking about this on next Tuesday. Yeah. As we wrap, Ethan, once again, you have the GAN charger, the iPad Hubble, the solid state drive. Tell people why they should buy it. Hopefully you won't freeze as you go into another important point. Tell them a little bit one more time about your business, your company Fledging, and tell them, why should people watch and support you?
Yeah, well, first off, I appreciate y'all having me back on the show. Had fun in January, had fun tonight, so appreciate it, guys. Fledging's a real company. We're based in Birmingham, Alabama. I got 10 full-time employees. I got 2 interns. We're employing people here from Birmingham, from the state, from the country. And really, I think it's interesting. We're doing consumer electronics in Birmingham and Alabama. That's not really the home for it. And we're doing a good job. We don't jump out there and make a bunch of stuff. We don't try and do everything at once. We try and make a few products at a time. We try to make something that's going to last 5-10 years and something that you're going to love owning. So if that sounds like the right fit for you, come be one of our customers. If that's not the right fit for you, cool. But we're here and we would love the business.
James, any words?
Look, man, I support this guy and everything that he does. Right? I mean, because what he makes, it matters, and he cares about the customer. So yeah, Fledging is a company that you need to watch, folks. Internal storage devices, external storage devices, cases, protection, things like that. So everything for your consumer technology goes on. As far as anything else that I'm got going on, no, I'm loving the love that I'm getting from my Ecamm family, and I got a big announcement that's coming up not too far with Press and Sew. So I definitely want folks to kind of keep the tabs out for that. But other than that, man, let's just keep making quality content that folks can be enlightened, entertained, and educated with. That's what we do here on the lab, right?
Yeah. And I guess lastly for me, I would like to say I need to clear my throat. I would like to say, everybody, thank you for just continuing to see what we're doing. We're doing the live streaming, we're doing the technology, we're talking to you in a language that hopefully that you understand. I'm not James that likes to talk about that charging system that he was doing earlier, speaking in a whole nother language, but I'm going to keep it real with you. So I would like to just thank everyone that, just for supporting. And, if you guys see something, our job is to bring people like Ethan and any other company that we bring on, to talk about products, not only because it's a cool product, but it's a product that we believe in. And we also see that it has some true value, and we think that you could use it. So, as always, we're always talking tech, as that thing is right there behind my behind my back. I thank you guys, and if there's no other parting words, we're gonna go ahead and end this show. Is there anything else?
We out.
We out.
I appreciate y'all.
Let's do it.
Stay on.
You too, brother. Be good.
Oh, I done messed up. Oh man.
Damn blooper reel.